what did onboarding look like? I imagine at 30, there are probably no kind of workflows and processes. It's probably quite hacky in terms of the way you're doing onboarding, but you can't, I'm assuming, not do the same when you're growing to 100 and beyond. So what does that onboarding process look like?
Well, it's been a big project for Laure and I for the past 6 months since I've joined. So basically, we have been redesigning the whole onboarding process. We couldn't keep the same format, of course. We had, when we hired only like people based close to Paris or in France, we could just travel to the office and have the face-to-face onboarding. So we decided to shift all of our process and basically say, okay, we want all of our employees, wherever you are based, if you are based in France, based in the US, based in, I don't know, Mexico, to have the same experience as a new hire. So we are trying to work in a asynchronous type of thing. So we ask our managers that has been doing the onboarding to kind of record videos, and so people can watch them when they want. We don't have to be worried about time zone, etc., etc. And then we also have time dedicated, live time dedicated for the new hires, so they can meet with each other, they can ask questions. We have a lot of Q&A sessions planned, but yes, it's tough. We had to change everything. We didn't want to be too like European centric. We didn't want for our other employees to feel like they are missing out because they are like 9 hours ahead of us or 9 hours behind us in terms of time zone. So we changed everything. So yeah, and we are launching our new onboarding in a couple of weeks. So hopefully it's going to be a success. But I mean, from the feedbacks that we receive from our current employees, it was time that we changed.
Right. And that sounds like a lot of change, right? And Laure, maybe you can tell me a bit more about this. To go from a team that's all from a certain radius of the office to now you're kind of hiring across time zones. How does that how do you make sure when they're onboarding, they still feel a part of the team, right? That they're still getting the experience that you would get if I walked into the office on the first day and I met my team, I go for a coffee, right? How do you recreate that?
We try to do it as much as we can with those live times with the teams, and we have small activities and everything. And also what we did from the beginning is that for every new Stormy, like Stormy are the people working in Livestorm, we meet every new people joining the company at the end of his or her first month, just to be sure that everything is going on, that there is no adjustments needed, and also to get their feedbacks about their first months and to get their ideas. A lot of people are coming with ideas of what they did before on other companies, and they bring it to Livestorm, and this is how we also evolve the onboarding process. So, for example, we added a live training of the Livestorm product for the new Stormies, which was something that it was an idea brought by people during that meeting.
Right. And so I guess, you've onboarded 70 new people within a short period of time. I imagine you've tried and tested different things. Some things have worked, some things haven't worked. So kind of looking back on that experience now, what are the things you think have worked and you would recommend to someone else if they're looking at kind of remote onboarding? And what are the things that didn't work for you and why didn't they work for you?
One thing that is really important, but we have to say it, is that people need to have the all equipment for their first day. So we have to send it. And this is something that new people joining are sometimes surprised, but this is something that is really important. And what we didn't really have at the beginning, and we created because it was something really needed, is that we created a welcome page with all the steps the new onboarding has to follow. And it was really something missing at the beginning, because we were used to have people at the office, meeting people for real. And when you start remotely, it's not always easy to know what to do on your first day, to know who you have to meet, to know what will be your schedule. So this is something we created. We created the onboarding page with all the steps people have to follow, so they arrive and they know what they have to do, and they know the organization of their first week and everything.